What if I told you that cricket's spiciest rivalry isn't India versus Pakistan? It's not England versus Australia in the Ashes either. The most dramatic, emotional, and downright pettiest rivalry in world cricket today is between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Forget handshakes and sportsmanship. This is a saga of snake dances, shirt-ripping captains, smashed dressing rooms, and even the first ever timed out in 147 years of cricket. Two neighbors who once supported each other like family now fight like enemies. This rivalry is cricket's own soap opera filled with passion, pride, and pure chaos. So, how did two cricketing brothers turn into sworn rivals? Let's rewind the tape. Now, to really understand this rivalry, we need to rewind a bit. A decade ago, Sri Lanka was the big cricket powerhouse. They were winning World Cups and producing legends. Champions of the 1996 ODI World Cup, six-time Asia Cup winners, and runners-up in back-to-back World Cups in 2007 and 2011. They've given the game legends like Kumar Sangakkara, Mahela Jayawardene, and Lasith Malinga, names that define elegance, strategy, and raw firepower. For years, Sri Lanka carried themselves like the established big brother of the region, used to winning and setting the standard. On the other side, you have Bangladesh, the Tigers. Their story is very different. They were just the underdog, the newcomer trying to find their feet in international cricket. When they got Test status in 2000, Bangladesh was considered the baby of world cricket. They fought their way up, gaining Test status in 2000. Between 2000 and 2007, they lost 47 of their first 54 tests. Winning even one match felt like a national holiday. And in those years, Sri Lanka was the big brother. Sri Lanka often gave Bangladesh opportunities. They invited them for tours, encouraged their players, and even sent coaches. The 2015 World Cup quarterfinals showed the world Bangladesh were no longer just participants. They were competitors, slowly earning respect with landmark wins and rising stars. With Shakib Al Hasan's all-round brilliance and Mashrafe Mortaza's brilliant captaincy, Bangladesh carved out an identity as the underdog with a bite. In the early years, though, the record books leaned heavily towards Sri Lanka. Out of 26 tests, Sri Lanka won 20, while Bangladesh managed just one. In ODIs, Sri Lanka led 45 to 13, and even in T20As, Sri Lanka led 13 to 9. For a long time, it felt like Bangladesh was the little brother struggling to step out of the older sibling's shadow. But rivalries aren't built on stats alone. All it takes is one spark. And in 2018, that spark came in the form of a Naagin dance. The turning point came in 2018 during the Nidahas Trophy in Colombo, a T20 tri-series with India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. It started innocently enough. After a win against Bangladesh earlier in the tournament, Sri Lankan opener Danushka Gunathilaka celebrated with a cheeky Naggin dance. To many, it looked like harmless fun, but to Bangladesh's players and fans, it felt like a mocking gesture, one they wouldn't forget. Fast forward to March 10th, Sri Lanka posted a massive 214 and most people thought Bangladesh didn't stand a chance. But then Mushfiqur Rahim produced one of the finest innings of his career, 72 runs off just 35 balls. Bangladesh chased the total down with 2 balls to spare, and the moment the victory was sealed, Mushfiqur pulled out the now famous Naggin dance in front of the Sri Lankan crowd. It wasn't just a celebration, it was a statement. The rivalry had been lit, but things escalated even further in the next match on March 16th, a do-or-die clash. With tensions already high, every ball felt like a battle. In the final over, Bangladesh needed 12 runs. A controversial umpiring call pushed Shakib Al Hasan to boiling point. He even called his batsmen off the field, ready to forfeit the match in protest. Chaos broke out, shouting, finger pointing, and near physical confrontations. somehow the game continued and Mahmudullah finished it in style with a six, sealing an unforgettable win. The celebrations that followed, unfiltered emotion, Shakib and his teammates mocked the crowd with more Naagin dances and in the heat of the moment even damaged their dressing room door. For Sri Lankans, it was pure disrespect. For Bangladeshis, it was sweet revenge. For cricket fans, it was the birth of something bigger than just a tournament. From that day, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka was no longer just another fixture, it became the Naagin Derby, a rivalry built on pride, provocation, and unforgettable drama. If 2018 was the spark, what followed was a wildfire. Every meeting between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka turned into an episode of cricket's own soap opera, complete with twists, grudges, and viral moments. Let's fast forward to the 2023 ODI World Cup in Delhi. Both teams were struggling, desperate for points. Enter Angelo Mathews. As he walked in to bat, his helmet strap broke. A small equipment issue, usually no big deal. But Shakib Al Hasan, ever the sharp competitor, noticed Mathews had taken more than 2 minutes. He appealed for timed out. The umpires had no choice. Angelo Mathews became the first player in the 147-year history of cricket to be dismissed in this fashion. The cricketing world exploded. Some called it tactical brilliance, others called it disgraceful. Mathews himself labeled Shakib a cheat. Fans traded blows online. Was it within the rules or against the spirit of the game? Either way, Bangladesh won the match, but the bitterness lingered like a scar that wouldn't heal. Sri Lanka didn't forget. In 2024, they got their chance for payback. During a T20 series win, their players mocked Bangladesh with wrist-tapping celebrations, an obvious jab at the timed-out saga. Bangladesh countered soon after in ODIs, where Mushfiqur Rahim cheekily held up a broken helmet in celebration, keeping the feud alive. These weren't just games anymore, they were running battles fought with both runs and symbolism. And then came the 2024 T20 World Cup. The Naagin Derby was back on the biggest stage and it didn't disappoint. Bangladesh edged out Sri Lanka in a tense, low-scoring match by just 2 wickets. It wasn't pretty, but it was enough to send their fans into a frenzy. The victory meant more than points. It was about pride, payback, and proving the Tigers could roar louder. The latest chapter, just days ago in the 2025 Asia Cup Super 4. Sri Lanka, led by Dasun Shanaka's gritty 64, put up 168. Bangladesh chased it down with 1 ball to spare thanks to brilliant 50s from Saif Hassan and Tauhid Hridoy. Another nail-biter, another Bangladesh win. Their third in 4 recent T20 is against Sri Lanka. Social media lit up instantly. Memes, celebrations, debates, rivalry reloaded was trending. Each of these moments, whether it was a timed-out controversy, a mocking celebration, or a last-ball thriller, didn't just entertain, it added fuel to a rivalry that feels more personal with every passing year. So here's the question. Why does Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka hit us so hard? Why does it feel more emotional than just another cricket match? It's because this rivalry mirrors our own lives. Think about it, these two teams were once close, almost like brothers, but now every mistake, every loss, every embarrassing moment is celebrated by the other side. Sri Lankans cheer when Bangladesh collapses. Bangladeshis flood social media with memes when Sri Lanka struggles. It's no longer just about winning, it's about watching your rival lose. And let's be honest, fans love it. Just scroll through social media after a match. You'll see endless Naggin dance gifs, helmet jokes, and timed-out memes. Every incident becomes ammunition for banter. One fan put it perfectly. This rivalry is all vibes, no logic. But is that a good thing for cricket? It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's messy. 2 Asian teams that once stood together now spend more time squabbling. It creates bad blood, and sometimes it overshadows the cricket itself. On the other hand, it injects electricity into the game. Stadiums are louder, fans are more invested, and even neutral viewers can't look away. It turns a regular match into must-watch TV. What makes it different from India versus Pakistan is the tone. India-Pakistan is political, historic, and heavy. Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka, it's raw, petty, and almost playful, like a sibling feud that keeps spiraling out of control. From snake dances to shirt ripping, it's unpredictable. It's not about borders or history. It's about pride, payback, and proving a point. In the end, this rivalry works because it's personal, it's human, it's the kind of grudge we've all felt, whether it's against a school rival, a co-worker, or yes, even a sibling over the TV remote. From the outside, it might look like just another cricket rivalry, but when you piece the story together, you see the transformation. Once, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka was completely one-sided. Sri Lanka winning almost every time, Bangladesh struggling to keep up. But now, the script has flipped. Bangladesh's recent wins, including that Asia Cup thriller just days ago, show that the Tigers are no longer underdogs, they're equals. And in the process, this rivalry has given us some of cricket's most unforgettable moments. The first ever timed out dismissal in history, the viral Naagin dance that spread beyond cricket circles. Shirtless celebrations, broken helmets, smashed dressing rooms, it's pure drama. You could argue it's more binge-worthy than the Ashes sledging, more personal than India-Pakistan, and definitely more meme-friendly than any other matchup. The bigger picture? This feud proves cricket isn't just about bat and ball, it's about pride, identity, and emotion. It's about the highs and lows that make us fans in the first place. If you've ever cheered louder just to annoy a rival fan or smiled at your team's victory purely because it hurt your opponent, that's the spirit of the Naggin Derby. So, whether you see it as rivalry or entertainment, one thing is clear. Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka has become the most unpredictable, unmissable showdown in modern cricket. So there you have it. The wild ride from dance taunts to timed outs, from smashed dressing rooms to last ball thrillers. The Naggin Derby isn't just cricket, it's theatre, it's rivalry, it's chaos we can't stop watching. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'll be reading them all. If you enjoyed this dive into Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka's fiery rivalry, make sure to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this video with a cricket fan who loves a bit of drama. Because trust me, this story isn't over. Every time these two teams meet, we know one thing for sure: expect chaos. This is cricket, this is rivalry, this is the Naagin Derby, and I'll be here to relive every twist with you. Stay tuned, more cricket stories are on the way.